Now don't be fooled, I am not in Venice. Behind me is the Venetian Macau, a fantastic luxurious resort here in Macau. And I thought it'd be the perfect spot to do some cooking. Now I'm going to cook some dumplings, a prawn and pork variety. And instead of serving these dumplings the traditional way with a dipping sauce, what I'm going to do is serve them with a really crisp salad. Now in here I've finely chopped a small handful of prawns along with some pork. You need some fatty pork for this so the dumplings stay quite moist. And just with the back of a spoon, you just want to mash all of that up. Now for some earthiness, some mushrooms. These are shiitake mushrooms, dried shiitake mushrooms, and I've rehydrated them in some water and then finely chopped them. Ideally, I'm trying to get everything the same size so it cooks in the same amount of time when they're steamed and fried. Now I need some ginger, and I'm just peeling the ginger. So I'm going to use half of it now, and the rest I'll reserve for a dressing later. So just on a fine grater, I'll mince the ginger. So we want about a tablespoon of freshly minced ginger, along with 1 fat clove of garlic, and again, mincing it. And now I'll add some spring onions, finely chopped spring onions. And now to season the dumpling mix, some sugar, just caster sugar. This is going to bring out the sweetness of the prawns. Some saltiness, a good splash of soy sauce, and then a few drops of sesame oil. That was more like a splash. Now what I'll do is just give that a mix with the back of a spoon. You want to bind everything together, almost so it starts to form a sticky paste. I'm going to remove that spoon now and get my hands in there and squish it together, allowing all those flavors to mingle. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side now, and we can start making our dumplings. Now I'm using round dumpling wrappers. So the way that I like to make these is just to line a board with a few wrappers at a time. You don't want your wrappers to dry out, so just work with 6 at a time. Now with a spoon, a dessert spoon, I'll add about half a dessert spoon of the mixture. Don't overfill them because they'll burst as they cook, so that's the perfect amount. And when you're getting your mixture, ensure that you've got the prawns and the mushrooms and the pork, a nice even amount. Okay, so that's stage 1. Next, we need to mix our glue, and the glue is made just with some corn flour and some water mixed together. So I'll pour the water into the flour and then mix that. The consistency should be just like pouring cream. Okay, we'll grab a brush and just brush around each of the wrappers. I'll start with 2. And I'm going to do a simple fold, but if you want to get creative, you can crimp these and make them into many different shapes. So press the mixture in and fold over, and just with your thumb, press down on it to seal the dumpling. And then with your thumbs, just make a V shape. And what we're trying to do is just take out any of the air bubbles. Okay, that's the first one done. I'm going to continue on and make a few more of these dumplings. Now for the dressing, very similar flavors to the filling. The only difference is I'll be adding some chili and some black vinegar. And this is going to be the acidic component to it. So a few teaspoons of that. And balancing, I always talk about balancing, but when it comes to a dressing, it is crucial. Some caster sugar for sweetness. The saltiness will come from some soy. And I'm free pouring this, but that's okay because I'm going to taste it and see if I need to adjust it. Now some sesame oil, a small drizzle, and ginger. I'll mince it about a teaspoon. Now for a hint of warmth, some chili, and I'll just cut this into rounds. Great. Now gather that up, and that can also go in the dressing. Just with my whisk, we'll dissolve that sugar into the vinegar, into the soy sauce. Let's have a look at these dumplings. I want to see if they're golden brown on one side. So we'll carefully turn them. Oh, yep. See how that's blistered? That's what we're looking for. I'm really happy with that. I'll just check the last ones. Looking good. Okay, now it's time to add the water and pop the lid on. When you're doing this, you have to be careful because oil and water don't mix. So just step away when you're doing this and in with the water. You'll hear a sizzle. And you just want a small film of water to touch the base of the pan. Lid can go on. And now this is the steaming stage. This is only going to take a few minutes, but that's okay because I'm just going to assemble this salad. So some Chinese cabbage, a few leaves of that. And with my knife, I'm just going to roughly chop it. I have some spring onions that I've julienned. We'll add that. I'll add some shiitake mushrooms. I had some left over, so they've been rehydrated, but I'll cut them in a different way this time, just into some slices. And I've taken the stalk out. So a handful can go in. And then some carrot for a pop of colour. Look at this nifty contraption that I bought here in Macau. I love it. It just makes peeling so much easier. Plenty. Now for some herbs. This is amaranth leaf. I love the flavour of this. It's just a great substitute for salad leaves, and the colour contrast is just what I'm looking for in this salad. It's a happy salad. And some mint. A few sprigs of mint in there, and some coriander. Again, picking the leaves off the stalks. Okay, now with 2 spoons, I'm going to toss everything together and leave this to the last minute so all the vegetables stay crisp. Let's have a look at these dumplings. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, they look good. See how all of that liquid has disappeared? It's evaporated, and so they're now going to go crispy again. I want to show you the base of them. So happy with them. So I'll add a few of these plump dumplings on top of the cabbage. Let's go 5. And then one last toss just to coat the dumplings in the dressing. And we'll place them in the center of the plate. And when you're plating this up, show off the dumpling both ways. One side crispy, one side steamed. That is not your usual salad. This is a very cool salad in a very cool city. I love the combination of hearty vegetables like the cabbage with the dumplings. Get my chopsticks and have a taste. Absolutely divine. Yum. Love them.